Hello, guys. This is your comic movie nerd, Kevin. Oh my goodness, there's so much to say. And man, I wish I could do the whole breakdown videos, but I think I figured out one of the reasons why I'm unable to. I'm not paying for the YouTube Premium, so I can't download it and then put it into some kind of video editing, and I could talk over it, etc. I mean, $15 isn't a lot per month, but on top of everything else I pay for, and I just got another car loan, so we're trying to manage things. Maybe once we figure out the budget for after everything, maybe I can convince my wife to let me do the YouTube Premium, so I can have more fun with videos, etc. And I should be better about doing homework and get stuff written down. I always think I'm really good at winging it, but as you know, I rabbit trail bad. Whoo! Anyway, so we just got the almost blink out. We just got the Doomsday trailer. Woo! Avengers 5 Doomsday. Boom. I had a hunch when they said they were gonna release the tickets on Monday, or at least they said limited tickets. And if you looked on for your movie theater website, it wasn't for every showing, or I don't think they even planned for every showing, but they said, hey, theaters, pick a time, one time every day, maybe a couple more when it first comes out, and sell some tickets. And for my theater out here, they were all 6:30 p.m. Except for I think the 17th, and then its official release date, the 18th. I think there was 2 showings. And I totally could get some tickets, I think, for the Tuesday after, because typically I'm off Tuesdays, like today, ta-da. So I could hold my breath and say I'm definitely off on Tuesday. And between now and then, I could totally put in a day off request at work saying, just make sure I'm off on Tuesday. An unpaid, I don't have to hurt my PTO numbers or anything like that, right? And it still seems a long ways off because I bring my kids. One's in college. One should be getting a job here soon. She's graduated from high school, so she can get a full-time job. So I want to see if the college student will be home by then, and she's off of school, but is she just going to spend a week or something with her boyfriend, who's been out there out of state? So should I reserve time for her to come back, or she can be it's okay, I'll just go with my boyfriend, we'll see it, that kind of thing. And then if the other one gets her job, just make sure that she puts in for that day off too or something. That kind of thing. I think my other kids, one's in elementary school and one's in high school. I'd be 100% sure that they're off by that Tuesday, which is the 22nd. So I'm yeah, they should be off of school by then. I'd even take them out of school. It's probably if anything, it's their last day before they're off. And be what are they doing in school? They're probably just watching TV or something. So, I don't know. Just, of course, by the time I finally sit down and look at it, Tuesday will probably be sold out. Well, the 6:30 one should be. I typically like to go early afternoon. That way my kids can go do whatever they're going to do, or if they have a late shift at work or something, they want to hang out with their friends in the afternoon, or the end of the afternoon, evening, that kind of thing. If we have anything else going on, it's probably going to be dinner hour. So I can wait till it gets closer, maybe even December. Hopefully, it's not like completely sold out for like 2 weeks, though it could be. And me personally, I hate doing that because spoilers will hit social media like crazy. If there's like serious spoilers, these directors, you never know. They announced their cast. Remember the whole chair thing? They were like, when it first released, it was like 8 hours, and it was like, what, 20 some chairs with like a name on it, the actor's name. I mean, now you can watch it like sped up for it's like 30 seconds or something, or 10 20 seconds. But you know what? That's not all the actors that are in it. Known actors, even. The trailers came out, and we saw Ant-Man. He wasn't in the chair watch. His daughter, the girl that plays his daughter in the third Ant-Man movie, she wasn't in the chair watch either. I mean, she's not like a huge celebrity, but probably some millennials and maybe Gen Z know of her. She's in other things. My nose itches. So my nose only itches when I do a video. So we got... Try to hit a few points. The very beginning of the trailer, we hear RDJ's Dr. Doom voice. Oh my god, it was good. You can't... If you did not know it was Robert Downey Jr., you would not think that's who's doing the voice. You could not. He got some speech guy in Hollywood said, I need to find a really good Eastern European accent. Can you help me? And something that's not like SNL making fun of an Eastern European, maybe a little hint of like a Russian accent thrown in there or something accent. I mean, it's a made up country in Marvel. All we know is that it's in Eastern Europe. And past Dr. Dooms have toyed with Romanian. The early 2000s, he didn't really have an accent. It was his normal voice, and he has a bit of a natural accent. So you can kind of tell he was a little European, Britishish, or he's probably British, actually. But you let him play with his British accent, maybe kind of get a little bit away from British, but keep the as long as it's not American, right? But it wasn't thick. It was basically his same voice he does in any other movie or show. But that accent in the beginning, and it's only like a couple lines, but oh my goodness. Dang. Good job, RDJ. Oh, it's thick. Man. I mean, if you're really like, everything's quiet around you and you're just listening, you can kind of go, okay, pretty sure that is RDJ, and he's doing a voice. Woo! Let's see. Then after that we got Thor. He takes over the narrating. There's been rumors that he was going to play like a bigger role or maybe even like the lead, whereas I don't know, Iron Man and Steve Rogers, Chris Evans is the lead really. Ooh. I mean, I need the breeze, but not when I'm laying on like her. And he dug into like speeches that other actors have done in other movies, and he went all out in that, telling everybody, quit your whining, get along, because this is the biggest battle we've ever seen in our lives. Or a biggest battle that's approaching. Now, my guess is I would say he's not talking about fighting Dr. Doom. I think that's near the beginning of the movie. And they're just talking about ending incursions. Like, stop your fighting, let's listen to this guy. And he's pointing at Dr. Doom. Dr. Victor Von Doom. And there's like Vaughn is his last name. There's a middle name in there, like Werber, something like that. What else we got? That scene where he does a speech, we got 3 different teams in there. We got the Copyright Avengers. We got the Thunderbolts / Avengers with a Z. And then in the background, we got the Fantastic Four. There's a little bit of space in between some of the cast for Fantastic Four, so it makes you think that they deleted somebody. Some are saying it's either Steve Rogers, who's in the background with him, or Doctor Doom. He's not in the scene either, and he should be. Then we see some fight scenes between the Avengers and X-Men. Toy dope scene, Shang-Chi and Gambit. That's going to be an amazing fight. They show us like a 1-2 second clip of that. We got a Mystique versus Yelena, and of course Mystique turns into Yelena, so it's like a Yelena versus Yelena fight. That's going to be dope. They deleted some characters in that fight in the room. Like Beast is probably jumping around, but the CGI probably wasn't finished. They deleted a lot of different things out of there. They've done that before in Infinity War and Endgame. The Russo brothers, the directors, they know what they're doing. They've done it before. Past movies or past directors would have just kept them in there. Makes you think, like, what took them so long to put out this trailer when they were deleting people anyway? It's not about, we don't have CGI finished. Well, you just don't use that scene. You don't use that character if they're all CGI. Hulk's not in the scene, and from what I've heard, he might be in Department of Damage Control prison. The prison that we saw in Wonder Man. And we may see the prison in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man could be in that prison. There's a rumor that the movie ends with Tom Holland Spider-Man in another universe. So we won't see him until Secret Wars, when all the, what remains of the universe is squished into a single planet called Battleworld. What else? I've only seen it like 100 times now. I mean, honestly, that's the gist of it. You hear Doctor Doom's accent. You hear Thor telling him, "Hey, quit your whining, get along, because we got a battle here coming up." There's a super quick clip of like Namor's people coming out of nowhere, like using their spears, like ah. Because there's a few like issues that teams need to work out. We don't see Wakanda. We don't see Shuri or M'Baku in the main scene where Thor's kind of giving a speech. But they got to be there somewhere. Maybe that's a separate scene, and then they're eventually going to go towards. They're going to find the Wakandans, Shuri, Black Panther, all that. But it's going to be at where Namor lives, and then he like separates the water so that everybody can come without having to have oxygen masks and all that, right? And then like the final scene is Thor realizing what he did last time with Thanos, and this time going for the head with Stormbreaker. And he's got his God of Thunder, his lightning going crazy, his eyes all glowing. And then Dr. Doom stopping it with 2 fingers. Ching! There should be a ding. Maybe they'll add it later. So like one thing of magic to like stop it, but like wouldn't it like even just like cut his hand? Is the Starbreaker like not sharp or like what's going on? But Doctor Doom stops it because his magic is like OP, overpowered. It's insane. And he at that point he may have the power of the Beyonder. I don't know if they'll have the Beyonder still. That'd be a surprise if they add it. They're saying one of his powers to help him create like Battle World and all that will be he'll take Loki's power as the god of stories, and maybe a power boost from Sentry after like manipulating Sentry at least. So that could be. We're definitely going to see some incursions. I've seen some breakdown videos and it looks like they're saying whenever there's some like orange in the sky, it's not like there's a fire, on the distance and it's created as orange. It's the fact that there's another Earth, like right above their Earth, and just as it's portrayed in the comics, it comes up red, maybe orange, and so it'll give a red or orange glow on the other planet as well. I think that's all I can say right now without having like trying to have a video and be like stop it and going. So if you haven't seen it, go look it up. On YouTube, just type in and search, Doomsday trailer. It's everywhere. For our first trailer, it's really, really good. It gives you a lot of like taste, kind of feel of what they're doing. Of course, they're not going to give you a plot trailer just yet. That may not come out until September, October, I would think. There's this hope that when they do the San Diego Comic-Con, they will release some kind of maybe something smaller, more Doctor Doom, maybe another full-on trailer, which would be incredible. It's not like it was like a few months ago. We're like, well, it's still a ways out. It's 5 months now. It's less than 6 months. And some movies put stuff out all the time when stuff's less than 6 months out. They still go all out. And they've been saying for a while that when they start marketing, they're going to go like crazy. Like, I say save their money. Like, the hype is already there. They don't need to go all out, but oh, come on, give it to me. I want it. I want more. I want more. Oh! So, 1 second. Okay. Wife's just asking if I'd be willing to grill. Of course. I love grilling. Pork chops tonight. Put some barbecue on those bad boys. Ooh, yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Feige has come out and said recently also that he feels like a failure for not getting a Blade movie out. And it's not on their horizon to get it out even still. I don't think they even have a script yet. They've done several scripts and what's his face? Who's going to be playing Blade? Mahershala Ali. I butchered that. Whew. Yeah, he's the one that keeps saying no. That's not good enough. It can be better. I'm like, it's killing vampires. It shouldn't be that hard. Make like a halfway decent one, like Blade of the late 90s. And if it does well, do a sequel. If not, just fit him into some other movies or do a Midnight Suns, which is like a supernatural team that fights supernatural beings. And that has a great cast. It's got like Punisher and Doctor Strange and Moon Knight. Like, it'd be dope. get a good writer, I think it'd be great. So if you don't feel like a failure, but you should have been able to do it. Like, and I know nobody likes this, but it could have been on a Disney Plus show, if anything. You don't have to rush it and make it a movie theater movie, and get crazy with marketing and everything. Just put out a good one. I don't know. They dropped the ball throughout the whole multiverse saga. I'm not one of those people, I think I've said before, who's like, I was out of a 1 out of 10. Some of them are less than 5. I mean, I like all Marvel movies, and I love the story. I love the characters. Of course, they screwed up, and some movies could be a lot better. I think Brand New Day or Brave New World could have been a lot better. I think they chickened out on a few things. It could have been better. Love and Thunder could have been a lot better. I think even Chris Hemsworth has said he went too far goofy on it. And he's right. They did. They went way too goofy on it. And with that villain, they could have made like a trilogy just with that villain. So they messed up there. And I get what my one friend says. How Thunderbolts is kind of ended with a hug. It's okay. Hug. And it defeated Void that way. I'm like, we kind of knew that was the only thing they could have done, really. I mean, maybe it was get an extra writer in there to look at it the same way the rest of us did. Like, well, you can't end it with a hug. This is how they did in the comics. Let's add a little bit of that in there. That kind of stuff. But like, I think a lot of things, the movie is 90% of the journey. And if the ending is like, I say don't worry about it, because that's like less than 10% of what the movie. Now, climax is important. You do need to get, what they call it, land on both feet. Is that how they say it? So I mean, you do need to land on both feet, granted, but journey, like just said, journey is up there with like almost 9% of the story. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, I will watch it like regularly for the journey. Now the ending, like real aliens, and like it's not even, they don't even call it aliens. The director, was it Spielberg directed it, or he was just executive produced? I can't remember which. I think he directed it. It was 5 where he stepped down as director, but he still executive produced. And he says, no, they're interdimensional beings. And the one character even says that. When point of fact, Indy, they're interdimensional beings. Like, okay. It's still weird, but you know what? It's weird in all of them. There's like a supernatural aspect in really all the movies. The Ark of the Covenant like made everybody like melt and die. I'm like, holy cow. The Holy Grail thing. Choose the right one, or the second one with the stones that glowed and got really hot. Like, how does that happen? There's a little bit of a supernatural thing to it. It is based on some real stones I've heard that do oddly glow when you put them together. Now, glowing for some reason is one thing, but like burst into flames, I don't know. This is pretty crazy. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'll watch Thunderbolts all the time just because of the journey and the great cast and the characters. It's fun. There's adventure. It's funny. You're rooting for them the whole time, even though they're kind of despicable people in some ways. Those are the ones that really pop in my head right away. Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Love and Thunder. And I'm not a complete hater on any of the Disney Plus shows. I know some people are like they're all awful except for like WandaVision. They all have their goods, and they all have their and maybe WandaVision has a lot less of Like you couldn't wait for that next episode to show up. You're like, oh, and then so that's because of, and that's all. You know, it had like so many different surprises, like almost every episode. Except for like the first couple, you got to get through the first couple, and then it kind of shows you like what's going on in the background of everything, and then you're like, whoa, wow. Wonder Man was really good, but not because of their powers or supernatural. Like you barely saw his powers, but it was something that's in the Marvel universe going on. Had a lot of Department of Damage Control. You had the one villain from Iron Man 3 who was kind of being buddy with the Wonder Man guy. Like the chemistry between them was great. They even talk about doing a season 2, and it was supposed to be just a one-off season 1 thing. That's how good it really was, but yet a lot of people didn't watch it. Like Daredevil Born Again, I don't understand why the numbers are kind of low. It's really good actually. Especially this last season that just came out. Really good. A little disappointed in the first season. You're like, come on, let's get some Daredevil going. And they killed off like kind of a fun villain that could have been great, but that's okay because we might get kind of a resurrection of that particular villain because of certain things that happened. It'd be fun. Definitely catch season 3, I think in March. Oh, let's see here. I think that's it I got for you right now. We got a lot of San Diego Comic-Con things that will be coming up this coming weekend. Looking forward to it. I'm just going to try to relight the cigar and enjoy the rest of my birthday. Yay! I hate getting older. But yeah, check out the Doomsday trailer, and we'll talk again. Peace, guys.